What up, y'all? Appreciate. Thank you for showing up, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Now, I always try to. Okay, I'm going to start to try to do positive, happy stories. But sometimes you just have to look at a donkey unicorn in the eyes and laugh a little bit because of this. What is this? Oh my god! It's you know what it feels like. It feels like Jim Ryan and PlayStation. They're just doing everything antithetical to actual success. They're riding that wave. They got a huge tsunami last generation, right? Boosts, and they're just like ding ding ding, right? They ride that wave. They rode that wave all the way through last generation. They still riding the same wave, giant tsunami wave. And they just like, yeah, I don't. Are they even trying? They're like, yeah, they bragging about the numbers. And then this news comes out. Yeah, we're going to make more PS5s to help with the shortage of PS4. How? No, I said that wrong. See, that's how confused I am. They're going to make more PS4s or continue to make PS4s to help with the shortage of PS5s. The demand of the... Who wants to buy a PS4 instead of a PS5? That don't make no sense. But then you say, wait, God of War, Ragnarok, that's going to be on PS4. Oh, wait, Gran Turismo 7, that's going to be on PS4. Oh, wait, Horizon Forbidden West, that's going to be on PS4. See? You see what's going on? We believe in generations. Man, I was watching Broadband Bullies last night. Barely, because that's a hard watch, right? And Zaire Z, he was next gen. He was like, wow. I know it's an act, so come on. He already knew the news, but he was like, wow. You know what I mean? And I know, kind of deep down, he's a little hurt. As he is more pro Sony only because the games. I guess the games is fire, which is fine. That's cool. But with that. Comes along, you have to put the pony cap, the pony cape, the donkey uniform on, and cap completely, and attack Xbox completely. And you're looking at this. I'm looking at this. I'm like, really? They can make PS. Imagine if Xbox came out and said, "Oh, to deal with the shortage, we're gonna make some more Xbox Ones." Huh? So okay, so let's read this real quick, and we can talk about it a little bit more. Sony is dealing with PlayStation 5 shortage by making more PlayStation 4s. PlayStation 4 production to continue until the end of this year. Sony had aimed to make a quick transition between consoles. 2 years later, still making PlayStation 4. Sony Group will continue producing PlayStation 4s through 2022 as it navigates disruptions to the global supply chain that have limited output of its pricier PlayStation 5. The Japanese conglomerate, whose flagship PlayStation 5 console has been in scarce supply since its debut November 2020, told assembly partners late last year that it would continue making its earlier generation machine through this year, according to people familiar with the matter. While Sony never officially announced when it would stop making the PlayStation 4, it had previously planned to discontinue assembly at the end of 2021. They said, asking not to be named as the plans are not public. The strategy would add about 1 million PlayStation 4 units this year to help offset some of the pressure on the company's PlayStation 5 production. A figure that will be adjusted in response to demand, the people said. The older console uses less advanced chips, is simpler to make, and provides a budget-friendly alternative to the PlayStation 5. I thought that's what the digital version was, $399. You see how the lies just, oops, there's another lie. Here's the lie on that. They bragged about, the PlayStation 5 is profitable now. Only the disc version is profitable, not the discless version. The all digital PlayStation 5, not profitable because $100 does not cost a disc drive, period, right? And so Sony being smug and smart, well, how many did they make? 25 of those digital PlayStations. They didn't make a lot of them. They're not making them anymore because it costs them money. They lose money on each one of them. Why would you make those? So you notice, right? You say, "Oh, I'm gonna order a digital one." I got the fat one. I got the one with the disc drive. Okay, you thought you got a deal, but they didn't have any because they ain't making them. Lies. And he asked, "What's the lie?" The lie is, it's not a lie. It's kind of a deceptive move, if you wanna. So the only reason why there is a digital PlayStation 5 with no disc drive is because they needed to get their price closer to the Xbox Series S to compete on price. You can't be out there like your only system being $499 and its competitor's little brother is $299. You can't do it. So they did the $399. It's still out there, so they can say on paper, "Oh, we have a cheaper solution, blah, blah, blah." But now they don't, because they have to make PlayStation 4s. The only way that this could be, first of all, they have to cut the price for the PlayStation, that new whatever PlayStation 4, unless, are they going to redesign it to make it smaller and cheaper and like make it look like a little mini PlayStation 5 instead of the PlayStation 4? That'd be all right. Maybe I scoop one of those up, maybe. But I don't see, it's a bad move, and it's bad planning on their part, because what probably happened, right? They're like, "Oh, we making this PlayStation 5, it's got a disc." They weren't planning on making a discless PlayStation 5. That doesn't make any sense for them, right? But then they found out what Microsoft was doing. It's like, "Oh snap, they got a discless one, and it's probably gonna be smaller and cheaper, blah, blah, blah." So they sliced off the disc drive and cut off $100, losing even more money, and that's what's up, right? So that's how that happened, right? Maybe, possibly. They weren't prepared. Xbox planned. They said, "Yo, we want an X, we want an S, just like last generation. We're going to tweet, twat, tweet, boop, bam." And the S is selling out like crazy. I seen it on shelves. I was like, "Damn, man, I can get one of those right now." I go right down the street and get one, but it's a bundle. I don't want to get the bundle. But anyway, let us continue. Increasing production orders by adding the cheaper to make PlayStation 4 would also give Sony more leeway when negotiating with manufacturer partners for a better deal, two of the people said. Oh, I see. The Sony person confirmed PlayStation 4 production will continue this year and said the company had not planned to stop making the console. It's one of the best-selling consoles ever, and there is always crossover between generations, the company said. You know what? I think the main problem with Sony this generation is literally Jim Ryan and his mouth and the things he say. That's basically what it is. He says, "We believe in generations. We want to protect our little children from the evil Xbox Live." That man. Sony's ambition with the PlayStation 5 was to make a quick transition to the latest hardware. PlayStation chief Jim Ryan has said, but the coronavirus pandemic slowed software development across the games industry while also triggering a surge in hardware demand that made even the most basic of components scarce. The result has been a console that's hard to find and lacks a strong portfolio of must-have exclusive games. Okay. I think he's blaming the pandemic a little too much. Yes, the delay of the games, but the number of exclusives has nothing to do with the pandemic. It has to do with how many studios you have to make games. They bought like 5 this year, right? Because they ain't got enough studios. They're looking over at Microsoft. Microsoft's chilling with 23 plus, got like 30, 35 studios making games, and Sony's over here in the teens. You know what I mean? Microsoft got like double the studio capacity. About to hit you with tsunami of games, son. And PlayStation looking at them like, uh-oh. And if you pay attention, remember last gen, right? The beginning of the generation, there was nothing garbage, nothing. PlayStation on the PlayStation 4, it wasn't a lot of stuff. Only reason why it was hot and people bought it is because Xbox was hot garbage, and it was like, yeah, not getting that, PlayStation better, right? It took them like 3 years to get some bangers out. 3 years. Why? Because the last generation, PS3, at the end of the generation, that's when the Uncharted and all the Last of Us and all these bangers came out. Well, not Uncharted because they make the same thing, but I'm just saying all the bangers came out towards the end of the PS3 generation, so they needed time to make their PS4 bangers. Remember, they don't have all these studios. They have more now, but they didn't have back then. So the same thing's happening now. The bangers came out at the beginning, 2020, which was at the end of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, crossover, crossplay. Still getting crossplay games. 2 years later, what kind of nonsense is this, son? I'm just saying. The predecessor, PlayStation 4, released in 2013, has sold more than 116 million units to date and remains a popular option among players. It still provides a substantial portion of Sony's gaming division income from subscriptions and software sales. The PlayStation unit is grappling with a series of unanticipated challenges, including a slower than expected PS5 production pace and online scalpers choking off retail supplies of the newer console. Extending PS4 availability is seen within the company as a means to fill the supply vacuum and keep gamers within the PlayStation ecosystem, according to the Sony official who is not authorized to speak publicly. Dude, they are so you want to talk about desperate, okay? You know you in trouble when you got to go back to the old. You got to go back. Like I said, that's like Xbox. Like, oh, we should make some more Xbox Ones. Come on, son. That's never a good. That's like Apple be like, yeah, I think we should probably make some old ass iPhones because we can't make enough of the new ones. Come on, son. You wonder like, oh man, how'd they get to 10 million so quick? That was real fast. Oh man, they're going. You can't stop this train. I guess there was some snow and a landslide or something happened because the track is blocked, and they so desperate they can't make any more PlayStation 5. They gotta make PlayStation 4s. You know when Xbox is starting to catch up because maybe they had a better production plan. Well, yeah, it was. It's called the Xbox Series S. So look at what Sony's doing. They're trying to match. They're trying to go both blow for blow, basically. So the Xbox Series X is to the PlayStation 5 as the Xbox Series S is to the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm not saying that the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 are competition or competitive. I'm just saying as far as products, a cheaper alternative to next gen. Sony doesn't have one. Among the most severe supply chain bottlenecks today are cheap general purpose chips for audio, power, and wireless communication functions. Some console makers have found that even offering a higher price won't secure supply of such components, as all current production has already been sold, according to the people. Even if finished consoles distribution remains a challenge, as shipping costs have escalated sharply. That's why everything's so expensive now. Everything. While gaming remains the biggest source of Sony's revenue, the Japanese electronics giant is exploring new areas of sustained growth. It's preparing to release more powerful virtual reality headsets to take advantage of the future games applications in the so-called metaverse. Consider launches on electric vehicles. How? Okay, a lot of this doesn't make sense to me because they can't make PlayStation 5s, right? But they're gonna make VR 2? They make a PSVR 2, but they can't make PlayStation. They're gonna make cars, but they can't make PlayStation. If I were on the board or investors, I would be highly upset. I'd be like, hold up. Y'all can't make the thing that makes us the most money. PlayStation makes us all the monies. You can't make those, but you gonna go over here and make a car? Who asked you to make a car? VR2, that's niche. 10 people are gonna buy that. Okay, maybe 1 million. But you ain't got no PlayStation 5, so how you gonna get the play? And plus, if you say, people were talking about this, the VR is only, it's gonna be only $400. Then people are like, well, if you're starting from zero, which some people are, and you don't have a PlayStation 5, then it's really $900. And I was like, yeah, that's a lot of money. And the PlayStation VR itself doesn't have any so quote unquote compute power. I mean, it does, obviously. It has to drive the screens and then the audio and stuff, but it's kind of a shell with this. It's like a display with some cameras and accelerometers. The power comes from PlayStation 5. So I would say that would be one thing that keeps its cost down, but they're gonna charge out. They're gonna charge for it. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about that. We're talking about PlayStation 4s are coming back, baby. Yeah. It's just funny to me. It's funny. I look at it. I'm laughing. I'm like, yo, they are making so many missteps this generation. We 2 years in. We're 1 year in, 1 year plus in. And they're making so many mistakes. And I'm like, yo, are they doing like a slow motion of what Xbox did last year? Like last gen Xbox was just like, yo, forget it. Day one, we lost. You know what I mean? But Sony's like, yo, we the best. Meanwhile, you know, their ship is falling apart behind them. They ain't even paying attention. They're not, I don't know Jim Ryan is a money dude, right? All he cares about is numbers and money. But I think they need somebody in there to read the room a little bit. To see what these customers are saying. To read and feel the sentiment of the industry right now. You got bangers, but if that's all you got, and you trying to push out more PS4s, look, I'm not even that deep on. I'm not even that, Sony's cool, whatever. PlayStation's fine. Games are games, right? But if you present to me the option of a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5 that I have to wait for, I'm gonna wait for that PlayStation 5. I'm not PlayStation 4 is right. I could get it. Yeah, I can. You know what? I'm gonna wait because that's a waste of money. I'm not gonna in 2022. I'm not buying a PlayStation 4 brand new when there's a nice, beautiful PlayStation 5 sitting right there waiting for me. I just need a little bit of patience. But that's just me because I prefer the better experience. I don't know what's going on over there, man. It's I don't know what it's gonna take for. I can't. I got no words. I got no words for these fools. It's just hilarious, and I'm glad that the internet is responding in tandem, in kind, in the way that they should. As they should. The Xbots, if you will, are coming out slapping fools. Slapping these ponies. Ponies are quiet. Why are they so quiet? Why are you so quiet now? They so quiet. It's like, yo, where's PlayStation 5 sell more are you gonna brag about PlayStation 4? I seen fools talking about, PlayStation 4 is way better than Xbox Series. I mean, they're trying so hard. Maybe one day, when they get older, and they realize that the console war is just it's a device to kind of stoke the fires of the industry, if you will, so that it's not so boring. Because sometimes when your system doesn't have games to play, you got to do something. You can't play any games, so you got to, make some stuff. But anyway, appreciate you hanging out, listen to my dumb ass. Remember, go watch the videos. I'm working on some new stuff. It might be a month or so. I don't know. I've had some issues, of course I have. But yeah, like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thanks. To the wait.